Top list windows are a great way to get interesting views of the markets. Basic top lists can include views like the biggest gainers by percentage, biggest losers by percentage, and relative volume leaders. You can even include fundamental data such as market cap, price earnings, earnings per share, income, and debt to take a longer-term look at the market. For example, this window is using fundamental data to create a list of stocks with big market caps sorted by how much they are up from their 200-day SMA. Here is another top list that is using fundamental data, stocks up the most that are expecting earnings today. We are going to make the opposite of this window, stocks that are down the most with earnings expected today. This will be a list of stocks that are expecting earnings today and that are down the most since yesterday's close. First, open a new top list window. This opens the default top list, in this case, relative volume leaders. Right-click and select Configure. You can modify an existing top list or start from scratch. Starting from scratch, the first step is to select the filters. Of course, in the new version of Trade Ideas, you can select to show the most common, show all, and hide unused. A good tip is to use the Search tab to find filters. Because we are looking for stocks that are expecting earnings today, we'll enter the earnings date minimum of 0.1 and maximum of 1. So that we're not looking at penny stocks, we'll put in a minimum of $2. Set the volume ratio to 0.5 and today's volume minimum to 20,000 shares so that we are looking at stocks with activity. And then a 5-day average daily volume of 100,000 shares a day. Reviewing the filters, we have a minimum price of $2, minimum volume today of 20,000 shares, minimum volume ratio is set to 0.5, the earnings date is set from 0.1 to 1, and the average daily volume has a minimum of 100,000 shares. The filters are set, so let's check the rest of the window. We'll leave the exchanges set to the New York exchanges and leave the symbol list open. Top lists require us to set how the server is going to first sort the data that we're filtering. For this list, we'll need to set the server to sort by up from the close, and we'll set it to the smallest first. This will sort stocks that are meeting our filters to show the stocks with the smallest up from the close at the top of the list. Name that window Down with Earnings Today. Since no columns are defined yet, if we start the window now, we will only see the symbol, so we will add the columns that we want to display. Since the Down with Earnings Today is to complement the Up with Earnings window, we'll use the same columns. Price up from close, volume today by percent, earnings date, up previous days, up in 5 days, and today's range. Now we have a top list displaying a list of stocks that are down with earnings today.